Now? There you go. Okay, now I'm live. Okay, did you get a notice?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually gonna play some Osu, also known as Oof, on my desktop. So, yeah.
Click the circles.
It's probably super loud.
Not sure what I'm gonna play.
To the beat.
Me neither.
Circles.
I didn't even realize you had it, to be honest.
Yeah, hey, I'm just gonna be playing some random crap, I don't really know. If you guys have ideas, please tell me, because I don't know what to play. Hi, Tobster, I don't think I've seen you before.
Circles.
My stream name is Playing Video Games.
Okay.
Click.
Hey. Okay, here I'm gonna actually do a window capture.
Category gaming. Should I even put? I don't think I should put a game type. I'm not really playing
Yeah, exactly.
a certain game.
Circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I even? Okay, here, widescreen. There.
It's gonna be. Okay.
Oh, it is right, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it is right, res.
Will the microwave
About-
work? That's all I want.
Use dark mode?
Okay.
Nah. Okay,
I don't know. I don't know if it was like one of those things that has power reserves.
Play Fortnite? I'm not gonna play
Okay.
Fortnite.
Even I'm not thinking.
By the way, I suck at this game. And I don't have, like,
Okay, display.
anything.
We're gonna stream on display. I don't know what game to start off by playing. What game should I play?
Oh yeah. Wait, where the heck is this?
Can you check if you got a notif for me, or if we even?
Oh, that we go check. Yeah. Yep, you got it. Playing video games. Okay. I'll do Time Leaper.
My Discord.
What are you doing? Osu? I don't know.
You're lagging a lot of my thing.
Alright, let me double check. Really?
Yeah. I might play Subnautica. I haven't
Not for
played that
me.
in a while.
Doesn't really look like it.
Yeah, I'll open up.
Also, it says bro moment when like the anime girl comes on, like it said just a bro sound effect number 2. So that's pretty great. Hopefully I can get it so you can see bro moment 2.
Or I could just put the.
I just gotta get good enough so you can see bro moment 2. There it is. Oh my god, it's so big. I suck. I suck. Hello there. Hi, Furbot.
Jack, can you...
Wait, what?
Okay, you can hear me, right? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well,
Play Bloodlust? Not now. And that'll lag my stream like hell. Like, yeah, I want that.
really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember I was trying to beat this.
Let's
This
lower
was so
the
sweet. It
volume a little.
was so hard for me.
Shadows fall over my heart. I black out the moon.
I'm gonna play around.
Wait for you to come around. You got me dancing in the dark.
Wait, maybe spatial renders? I don't know.
Spatial Red! You mean that? Do you know electrodynamics?
But I won't sleep tonight.
That's the song.
Baby, you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you and me, do bad things in the nighttime. Baby, you should come with me. And we can kill a light, hit the light, let it black out, hit the
Bruh. Oh god, that distracted me so hard.
It's crazy how many recently got beat.
Yeah. It's...
Yeah, gamers.
Okay, could be better. Like, a lot better.
Epicers.
Nobody's watching.
But it's the only way of life. These black holes pulling me inside
Me.
of this black heart.
I don't think I ever beat this.
Underneath this black sky.
Oh god, no, 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 the bro moment. The bro moment distracted me.
Me and you and me, do bad things in the night. Maybe you should come with me. If we can kill a life, it's the life, let it black out, it's the life, let it black out. Blackbird,
Kind of weird game.
black sky.
How do you even not know what Osu is if you play GD? Like, I don't even know about who the heck you are, honestly. This is so weird. It is a weird game, but, you know, you just click circles. For a moment.
Okie dokie.
Oh my god. Help me.
Roar for me.
Raw! Maybe you can play Igario? Maybe.
Should come with me. If we can kill a life, it's the life, let it black out, it's the life, let it black out.
For a moment.
Creative is so stupid.
Are you playing Minecraft?
No.
Oh.
Go underwater.
Are you ki- How do you even do that? Okay, I guess I'll play Agario. I guess I'll listen.
See you next time.
Henry St- I don't even know what the heck you're even talking about, honestly.
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, Henry Sickman. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Wait, what? New tab, Chrome. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty perfect. I'll like move it down just a little bit. That works. Kind of. I'll just like this. Perfect, kind of. Okay. It's an Internet Explorer game? Okay. I think I actually remember this. Henry Sickman. Yeah, I remember these. I remember these. These were great. OMG, you are streaming XD. Okay.
Oh, hey, what's up, Panda? I didn't even realize. Summon! Slash, is it summon? Spawn. What's it called? Oh my god. Reaper Leviathan. Did it do it?
How the frick does this even work? Why is it black? Whatever, I guess we'll just play it like... How do I even do this? Honestly, how do I get this to work? Hang on.
Yeah, that is a really big E. Slash summon peeper. Did it summon a peeper?
How do I... Oh my god. Whatever. I'll just play like this. This looks really bad, but... What the heck? Okay, here it is. Here it is. Henry Sickman. Select it here. Let's just do them in order. Do them in order. Because I think this is the order, right? Yeah, hell yeah. Ow! My ear holes. Whatever. Okay, let's play this. Here we go.
Holy crap. Hi, Reaper Leviathan. How are you?
Oh, you're playing Subnautica.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I'm gonna constantly make this ship explode. How to make ship explode.
Okay, here, this is how we'll do this, Zanes. Okay, here we go. The first one is short. I know it's short. You don't have to give me a disguise. I don't know. Okay, let's do disguise.
To literally just explode ship.
Okay, your Wii was perfectly synced.
How did we lose one? I think we should throw it in the bag, just to be safe.
Oh hell yeah!
That's so funny.
I think I just won.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Did I win?
What are you? What?
Hey, bye. I'm gonna go.
Freeze! Don't move, put your hands in the air.
Oh shit! I died. Did I die? What? Did I just win? Okay, whatever. Now we have escaping to prison, which is a lot bigger, I remember. It's a lot longer. Like,
Oh,
really
you.
long.
You're free to go.
Oh, no, never
Not me.
mind. Whatever.
But you've got a package.
Yep, that was the first
Don't
one,
get your
yeah.
hopes up. We've already checked it for
So,
anything useful.
stop telling me what to do. I forgot how to play this, so stop spoiling it.
Yeah, of course I checked it. I mean,
Choose
if I didn't
phone?
check it, I'd
Okay,
lose my
I'll
job. I
I'll
didn't
choose
lose my
phone.
job. See you around.
These mics are like my mic.
Go.
Like, that just shows that anybody can make a game. If they try. Okay, phone. What?
Witness, please continue your testimony. Okay. I was riding alongside my partner in the armored van, but suddenly
Well, boys, I
found a
know.
bag on the side of
I
the
know.
road. We got out and eventually decided to throw the bag in with the others. We didn't know there was someone hiding in there.
Objection! So, the defendant crawled into that bag in order to break into the bank. Is that correct? Is it not obvious? Is it really that obvious? I have proof that the defendant didn't hide himself in that bag.
Well then, what are you waiting for? Present this evidence already.
Oh, shit. Didn't crawl into the bag. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna do this just because it's funny.
What
It's probably really
is
funny.
this?
It's evidence.
And how exactly does this prove anything?
Well, I was just kidding. Let me try.
This is no time for jokes. I see no reason to
I'm
further
just
prolong
kidding.
this trial.
Okay.
I find the defendant, Henry Stickman.
Yeah, okay. Ow. Okay, here, let's retry this. Defend. Oh my god, imagine.
Is that the bag the defendant hid in?
Yes, but there's one thing that's been bothering me.
Oh,
If the defendant
okay.
really was hiding in this bag, then how did he tie the knot from the outside of the bag?
Oh shit.
If he was inside the bag, it'd be impossible for him to
I was
tie the
kinda
knot on the
joking.
outside.
Oh!
Then how did he do it?
It's simple. He didn't.
Dang.
What are you saying? I'm saying my client wasn't hiding in that bag at all. He was stuffed in there by this very witness.
Oh
As you
fuck!
can see by this doctor's analysis, the defendant had taken quite the beating. While he was in the bag, he was unconscious. This is absurd. The witness was attempting to dispose of the body. He left the defendant in the bag, knowing he'd drive by it on the way back to the bank.
Right.
When the witness and his partner passed the bag, he convinced his partner to throw the bag in with the others.
But why would he do that?
Why, to dispose of the body, of course. There were millions of bags of money in that bank, and the witness knew it would take a long time before the victim was found. But unfortunately for the witness, his victim woke up and tried to escape from his tomb. He was arrested on the spot, and the witness thought everything was over. But it's come back to haunt him now. You guys this can't be happening to me!
Well, that certainly was
So,
an
like-
interesting trial. However, I am now ready to deliver my
I feel like you
verdict.
played this before? Yeah.
I find the defendant, Henry
I think
Stickman,
Markiplier played all these. I just win. Uh-oh. Lame ending. Aw, screw you. You know the shortest way? Yeah, I know there's multiple ways. You told me. So what's the shortest way? Chicken nuggets. File. Oh, there's a very long, yeah, oh god. Window. There's a bad idea. Okay. Cell phone is short. Oh, okay. Hey, help does not quick reactions. It probably is. Yeah, it is definitely. Oh!
Ty, hey, he's escaping.
Belt of grenades. Teleport, teleport. It's too late now. I'm already doing this route. This way. Oh, fuck. Plungers, definitely. What? It worked. Nice! Wait, retry. What? Is this? Oh, Super Pastro's brawl. That's funny. That's weird. Okay. Teleporter. It's gonna kill me, isn't it?
Ready? Fire!
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
Here, file. Here we go again. Okay, I know it's this side. Right?
Ty, hey, he's escaping.
Hey, I need to translate its song because I'm actually English, so I don't know how to speak this. Sorry. Oh, crap. What? Here starts the cool. What? Okay. Hey, I agree. Chair. What happens if you go this way?
All in favor of more donuts in the break room, say aye. Aye. Nay. Shut up, janitor. You don't count. Now the next time.
Oh shit,
Get
oh
him.
fuck. Fatty. Okay, great, I don't care. Okay, parachute, here we go. Ooh. Nice. Are you going to play recent levels? Maybe. Who knows? Rope. Okay. Oh, he's good. Good job. Seems awfully familiar. Was this from the original game? Probably. Jetpack. He's dead. He's gonna. What? I need to read that right now.
Oh, look, you're back.
Okay, what does this say? Wow, that, oh my god. That is that was the lamest thing I've ever seen. The animator must have gotten really lazy or something. I mean, honestly, that was the dumbest fail I've seen in this entire movie. So anyway, what do you think about the movie so far? Enjoying it? Well, it's taking quite a while, and I'm typing this, and as I'm typing this, it has yet to be completed. I doubt you'll be able to read this far down unless you figure out a way to pause or do something do some other sneaky thing. Lame. It's pretty great. Try to drill it to start? Okay. Oh fuck. I do not know how to write in English. I suck. Okay. Try to drill start. Okay, so. What? Okay. Oh shit, oh fuck. Think something like that would come up in the beta test. Okay, that's pretty good. Crowbar that. XD, no. Oh shit.
Whoa,
Oh my god, go! Oh shit. Ah! Fuck. Try dodging bullets, noob. Fuck. What's nice? Okay. Nope. What? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Get ready. Oh, no. Ah! This one, right? Yeah. I'm just ready. Nice. Please nothing happen. Oh yeah. Badass ending. Okay. What is this? If Henry Sickman is a very swag man, I agree. What the fuck? If I am what? Oh god. Well, that's good to know. I think you die at the end. I mean, like, yeah. Obviously. Rocket launcher.
What?
Okay. That's the quickest way to die, probably. Fuck. Yeah, well, this is this, and never mind. Let's just die so I can get through this. I intentionally did this. I already saw this one. So, well, not cell phone, because that, I mean, like, yeah, that's cool, but I mean, like, okay, that's too short. So, I already did cell phone, and I already won with it. It's the lame ending. Do the cell door. I know. I already got that. I already did stuff for that, too. I think I got the baddest ending from that. Okay, so, right, wait. Did I do this one?
Well,
Oh, I already did this. I'm an idiot. Here, let's just restart.
Oh, you.
Okay, True. Wait, what am I doing? I'm literally just doing the exact same stuff. Okay, isn't it stealing the diamond next? Oh, I got all the endings? Wow. Oh, shit. Is it? Okay, it's stealing diamond next. Okay. Oh, this looks so much better.
As the mayor, I hereby declare the Tunisian archaeological exhibit open.
Yeah, the diamond's next? Okay. Here we go. Oh shit. Here we go again. That's a good idea. Oh no. Okay. Whoa. That really got me. Ram. Oh yeah, it works.
Whoa. We got a breach headed towards the medieval section.
Roger that. We're preparing to engage, over.
Uh-oh. Shield. I don't know. Oh, hey, it worked.
And after that, they just up and arrested him. Whoa, really? Yeah, that's when I decided I should probably get a different job. I figured night guarding is much less dangerous than driving a... Crap.
Oh, 2 stars. Bridge.
Wait.
Hello, like 2 stars. Rook.
No, Johnny!
No, today! 3 stars, oh shit! Oh, we got helicopter? Oh no. Security! I'm an idiot. I just wonder how those things work. I love this game. I know it's amazing. It's so far amazing.
Nice shot.
Oh. I can see all those.
No, Johnny! Officer down, repeat, officer down!
Bubble!
Wake him out of your head, wanker.
Boom, headshot. And it's all your fault, CJ. I don't know what voice did that, and I don't remember who says that.
Upside down, repeat,
Frick.
upside down.
Probably Big Smoke, I don't even know. Bubble. It's TF2 sounds? Yeah. That makes sense. Oh shit. The sniper.
Sir, place your hands where I can see them.
Bribe.
Huh?
Wait,
Bribery is a federal offense, sir. Sir, place your hands where I...
Wait. Dang.
Sir, place your hands where I can see...
Drive. Okay, here we go. Sneak in. And that's one way. Yeah, there's probably like a billion ways this one. Whoa. True, the wall and over what? Never mind, two more? Okay. Like, oh god. Shit. Peek. Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Oh!
Apparently,
That's
there's
a good
something in that
reference.
cake,
I love
and,
that.
He used it to escape, and then I got fired. Pretty lame, huh? Yeah, I don't really like this.
Please, shut up.
Oh, I was just trying to have a conversation.
What happens if I
you
stand
know,
here?
Since, I mean, we're partners, so I just wanted to get to know each other a little bit. You know? I just kind of wanted to have a conversation. It's just, you know, just to lighten things up. I mean, what's gonna happen in a museum? I mean, really. You feel a draft at all?
Sorry. You don't even know what... The conversation can't be that interesting. I was hoping it would just go on forever. You don't even know what LMAO, it means laugh my ass off. Laughing my ass off. Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently there's something in that cake, and he used it to escape. And then I got fired. Pretty lame, huh? Yeah, I don't really like this.
Please, shut up.
Oh, I just...
Pain. What the fuck?
I gotta warn some.
That worked. Fuck. Oh. Oh no. Oh my god, this is amazing. No, what the fuck is this? No, you, Luigi. That's an achievement? Oh my god, I love this game. I'm gonna go with mine. Here we go. Oh, fuck. Metroid, I bet I'll kill you. Yeah, I probably would. Oh, fuck. Oh. What? I was expecting Yoshi for a second, but that works. Somewhere in the middle of this. Okay. Oh, fuck.
Sir? You might want to come look at this. I'm getting chaos readings at 10.6. It's coming from the museum.
My god. It's over 9?
Yeah.
I'm leaving this decision up to you, Corporal. Just hit one of those
I
buttons
don't
to
like
deal
that.
with this
That's cringy.
pressing situation.
Who's watching TV? Get back to work! Sorry, Chief. I'm going back to work.
Oh, fuck, what? Over 9. It's just over 9. Oh, that's a tactical dude. Oh, fuck. What is this? What? You messed up. Is this ending? Oh, cool. Oh, that's nice. Okay, sure. Let's sneak in again. Half-Life sounds yes. Yes. So, bro. I guess teleport will work this time. Stream lag. Oh, fuck. Oh, never mind. It's okay. Wait. Oh.